Guys, welcome to week 4 of the Zwift Racing League. Outlands are currently third team in the league. We were first, and then after our team time trial last week, we dropped to third. This week, we had an absolute nightmare getting numbers. So we managed to get 5. The 5th rider's first time racing on Zwift just had connection issues, so he got left in the pen. Our 4th rider, an absolute hero of ours, Ray, he had no business being in a race this week with his lurgy. He just came here, did zone 2, finished probably about 10 minutes behind, not due to anything other than just going really easy and just getting across that finish line, so we didn't get DQ'd. So in this front group, we had DS, Dan, Spooner and myself. We all made the cut from the sprint start. And this is us coming 3.6 miles in to the first of the climbs. You do this first little kicker 4 times, and then twice you pull around to the main hill of the day. Not much of a main hill. See, I'm up at quite a lot of power here, but it's such a brief time, it really didn't matter. So riding through the village, there's a left turn coming up, which is where we go onto the climb on the 1st and 3rd ascent of that first, of that little kicker back there. So here we came round, and just intrigued to see if this group would thin out. I was trying to lay down a bit of power, but obviously not wanting to go in the red, so found myself in the front and I was pretty comfortable. My heart rate's going quite high, but I was quite fresh and my legs were fine. I've got 198 beats per minute as a max heart rate, so I was all right. I was just pushing but not going into the red. But you can see on the map in the top right hand corner it's stringing out. I should say I missed the message to change kit, so I'm in a Zwift kit. There is another team that wears that same kit. DS and Spooner both changed to the green kit, so the 2 riders there you can see in green are my teammates, and I was a bit of a noob, confusing everybody. A lot of accelerations in terms of the video here, because it's actually a really chilled out race. I mean, you can see here my heart rate's in zone 2, and it pretty much was for 70% of the race. It just was waiting for the climbs, the 4 climbs, the 2 extended climbs and the sprint finish, and that was really it. Plus a little bit in the run up to them just to make it a bit harder. Other than that, generally speaking, it was just zone 2. Here we go, so we're back round through the village for the 2nd time. So again, just a bit of power, but it wasn't to light anything up. It was literally just to make sure you didn't get dropped out of the group. So we're all safe and sound in this, and coming up to the end of lap 1, it's quite useful just getting a sighter at racing speed. I've ridden this course myself, but didn't know what it would feel like at racing speed. I managed to pick up a feather, which I was delighted about. I'm not the lightest of people, so I always worry whenever there's a hill. So yeah, managed to pick up a feather and just carried that around to the climb, which will be coming up in a moment. But yeah, still just creeping out of zone 2, or back in zone 2 now. My heart rate sits in zone 2 up to about 150. Well, 152 it is, but I might need to recheck that now, because it might have dropped down a couple of beats since I set that. But so I always have in my head zone 2's up to about 150. That might not be that scientific anymore. There's my teammate on the front. We're just obviously making sure to not have our nose in the wind, as there's only 3 of us here. We really couldn't afford to lose anyone. DS is a bit skinning everyone else, so we were thinking get him on the front, see if he can light up this hill, create a gap. So that's him doing that there in the green, but it's a bit short for him, so finds that I knocked the iPad over here. You can see on the left hand side in the picture of me, I knocked that over, so I was kind of leaning over looking at that, and I had to try and rescue it during the race. So I just got in the front. I was feeling good again. My heart's creeping up, yeah, Spooner's there as well in green. So I don't know how many of us there is left now. It's definitely less than 15. So I got in the front then, just actually got off the front for a little while, not through sprinting, but just through, I think, everyone else thinking, oh, this is going to go easy. Oh, was it here? Yeah, and I just kept the chain tight, but there's enough groups of 2 and 3 in here from other teams to bring that back. So it was never going anywhere, but I just thought I might price somebody out on a surprise. So really now we're just cruising around to the end, waiting for that to come. There's a guy in a moment from the Belgian team who's in the kind of just to the right of me there in the white and pink. I think it's him, goes off just before the village, so you can see him getting to the front now. Yeah, he goes off, so that creates a bit of a chase, which was an absolute dream for me, because my legs, having felt amazing the whole time, just started dropping off. So I managed to just get a bit of a free ride here back to closing that gap, which obviously dropped some people out the back or out of contention. So it was actually quite useful for me, although it was the first time in the whole race my legs felt dodgy, which I wasn't too pleased about, just coming up to the sprint finish here. So we were over that final climb for the 4th time. Don't need to turn left this time, so it's now pretty much flat downhill all the way to the finish. 0.9 miles to go. So there's me and Spooner. DS was in a group by himself just behind. Downhill sprint, absolutely flying. Both me and Spooner got on the front accidentally, just kept going, but couldn't bring them back. So that's us over the line. 4th place. Well, we had a 2nd and 4th for me. Delighted with that.